Can you imagine the lengths people go to for their inheritance? For privacy reasons, let's call him Kobe Jackson. Kobe Jackson is the only child to a well-known business tycoon, Mr. Jackson, who owns the largest shipping company in the world. Despite his mother passing at a young age, Kobe was well loved. His father catered to him in all aspects, and his aunts, his family, friends, even the house helps and cleaners cherished him. He grew up pampered, well-loved, and was destined to take over Mr. Jackson's company when he eventually retired. Throughout the years, Mr. Jackson prepped, trained, educated Kobe on how to manage the business so that he would eventually become the CEO. Currently, Mr. Jackson had appointed Kobe as the managing director. Very suddenly, Mr. Jackson was diagnosed with a severe disease, giving him only a few months left to live. One random morning, the family lawyer came to visit Kobe. Let's call him Michael. He arrived with a stack of documents. Michael informed Kobe that though he is the obvious choice to get the inheritance following the death of Mr. Jackson was known to be a strict man, very principled. He had ensured that his company would only go to his direct generations. For Kobe to get access, he needed to not only be married, but also have a kid. Now that was a little pickle because Kobe was gay, didn't want kids, and on top of that, was kind of dating Michael himself. He wasn't really sure how he was going to make all of this work and end up with his inheritance. But Michael was like, don't worry, I have a plan. We will arrange for you to marry a woman, sign a contract, and ensure she has a kid. Then, when all of those things are in place, you will get your father's inheritance. Kobe was like, okay, where do you play in this situation? Like, I can't lose you. Michael said, oh, don't worry, you won't lose me. I will still be with you, I'll just be hidden. So Kobe agreed. Michael introduced him to a lady, let's call her Sandra, and again explained the contract and the situation to Sandra. Sandra was to be part of this agreement. She would sign a contract ensuring that she would remain the wife of Kobe. She would also ensure that she got pregnant as soon as possible and would make sure that no one hears any sort of scandal relating to them in the media outlets. She agreed. They had a quick, quiet, tiny ceremony, and that was that. Following their wedding, they were married, things went well, but they shared no intimacy together. Kobe instructed Sandra to find somebody, anybody, to have a child with. Kobe would assume the legal guardianship of the child. The child will bear his family name, and no one would be the wiser. So 2 months later, Sandra comes in happy, excited. She announces that she is indeed pregnant, and they are on track to having all the boxes checked as they await the inheritance. However, it was not that simple. Mr. Jackson did eventually pass away, but since the child wasn't born yet, they had to wait a few months for the child to be born before Kobe could finally claim his inheritance. By the time their bouncing baby boy was born, Kobe was finally able to accept his inheritance. He was finally made CEO of his father's companies, and everything seemed to be looking up for him. Until Michael contacted him and said, look, we need to end our relationship. Confused, Kobe said, wait, what? Why? I thought, I got the inheritance. We were in this together. Everything is looking great. Why are you leaving me? He said, well, I don't want to be a secret anymore. I am leaving this country for a different country with a better job. So we should cut contact now. That was only the beginning of Kobe's troubles. In his anger and frustration and a little bit of desperation, he picked up his phone and called an ex and said, look, I am angry, I'm frustrated, my boyfriend has left me, let's get down. They planned to meet up, grab a couple of drinks, and end in the car and get jiggy with it. That evening, Kobe gets drunk, meets up with his ex in their car, and receives fellatio from the gentleman. The following morning, Kobe wakes up confused, blurry-eyed, with dozens of text messages, missed calls, and social media is blowing up. A video of Kobe and the other ex in the car has landed on social media and it's going viral. Newspapers are blowing up. See the son of the business tycoon caught in the arms of another man. Drama, scandal. In that moment, Kobe knows the only one who can help him is Michael. He calls his number, blocked. No way to reach Michael. In his desperation and anger, Kobe starts to cry and shout and break everything in his path. He is then contacted by the business lawyers of the firm. They inform him that this scandal is a very, very bad look on the company as a whole. They're asking that Kobe steps down from his position and allows the business to move on without him. You would think that'd be the end, but no. The ex then turns around and sues Kobe for leaking private content and causing emotional distress. Kobe's confused. This was all consensual. He didn't leak the video. He didn't even take the video. Why is he being sued? But that's not the end. Sandra too turns around and says this embarrassment is not happening. She will not be mocked. She cannot take this. This was not part of a plan, and files for divorce. At this point, Kobe really has lost everything. Michael finally contacts him and reaches out to him and goes, yeah, you called, what's up? Kobe says, I'm drowning, I'm suffering, everything is falling apart. My woman is gone, my child is gone, my ex is gone, I'm being sued left, right, and center, my money, my inheritance, my company, everything is gone. What do I do? Michael said, that is really not my problem. You're not gonna have to give it up. Kobe says, I will not sign the divorce papers, I will not give up, I will not do this. Michael says, well, you've made your bed, lay in it. In her frustration, Sandra takes a copy of the DNA results of their child, posting it on social media, showing the world that Kobe is not the father of their child. Kobe could no longer handle it. This was the worst he had experienced. He didn't know what to do next. He finally decided, you know what, it's fine. I'm going to therapy. I'm going to get some help. I cannot stand this. If I need to rebuild my life, I will rebuild it brick by brick by brick. So he agrees. He settles the lawsuit from his ex. He signs the divorce papers and relinquishes all his money and inheritance back to the next of kin. After having finally made peace with that, Kobe is informed by the business lawyers that the next of kin is his ex-wife, Sandra. In his confusion, Kobe said, that's not possible. Show me the paperwork. How is she my next of kin? What's going on? And the paperwork clearly states that if the heir apparent is in some way, shape, or form unable to maintain his role, the inheritance will go to the next of kin, either the spouse or the child. At the time of the passing of the inheritance and the scandal, Kobe was legally still married to Sandra. At this point, Kobe's like, you know what? It's fine. I accept. I will let it go. Let me see if I can contact Sandra. Let's be friends. Maybe she can, let's maybe remarry. Let's be on our good terms so that I can get some of my money and positioning back. So he said, you know what? He's going to go to Sandra's house. He heads to Sandra's house, knocks on the door. The door opens, and it's Michael. Kobe says, Michael, why are you at Sandra's house? What's going on? Come to find out, Michael and Sandra had been married for over 5 years. Michael had been the mastermind behind it all. Having met Kobe the first time at the offices, Kobe had made, a slight pass at him. And Michael realized that this could be his opportunity. He had read through the will back and front and noticed all the loopholes. He decided that, seducing Kobe and then giving him a plan as to how he could earn the money would give Michael a chance to actually make the money. In addition, Michael confessed that he had broken up with Kobe simply to create the spiral and downfall and public scandal. He had contacted the ex, got him to agree to meet Kobe, engage in activities, and then later on sue him for the leaked video. At this point, Kobe breaks down. He starts crying, starts shouting. He wants to throw things. Michael, you will not get away with this. This will not be the end. I will take you down with me. I will destroy you. Michael laughs and said, you can try. You can go ahead. But I have all the information. Even your marriage to Sandra was fraud. I have all the information. If you take me down, I will take you down with me. Now that's an entangled web. That's all we've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like, comment, and follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post a new video every single Saturday, and I'll catch you in the next one.